It's Fake Talk, everybody. Welcome. And check this out. So we are Pacific Podcast, and welcome to We Are Always Live with Samuel. Make sure you tune in. Hello, everybody. Thank you once again for joining us on Fake Talk with Samuel. My name is Samuel Dankyi. Thank you so much for always coming back to check us out. Um, Today is going to be another exciting edition of our show. I have with me Miss Taylor Woodward. Did I get it right?
Sorry, it's pronounced Kaylee.
Kaylee. Oh, Kaylee. I apologize. Miss Kaylee. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Um, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. But tell everyone who Kaylee is.
So, I'm a first year studio art major, and I have a New Testament class with our host. I'm a Christian, and I really like our New Testament class so far. I'm taking 18 credits this year and just trying to get through it with this crazy situation going on.
So, art major, do you paint?
I love painting, drawing, and I do a bit of sculpting.
Oh, wow. Did you paint the portrait behind
Oh,
me?
no. My parents bought that at IKEA.
Oh, okay. So I was giving you too much credit then. I thought you did that. Wow. So, how difficult would you say it's been, given that we all pretty much dealing with this pandemic, virtually having to take classes online and everything else. Worship at church is being done virtually as well. So, I mean, how have you seen the year so far? How has the year been for you so far?
Well, it's definitely been a challenge, just with a lot of, non face to face contact, and church is being done virtually, and it's having to log on through a link.
Mm.
It's the worship is still there, and it's the energy is still there, especially for my church, how it's handling this, but it's just not the same. And with classes, it's kind of the same deal. It's been interesting. It's definitely pushed me to like think outside of what I usually do in my routine and like, explore different opportunities like hobbies and how to study at home now. So
So let's delve a little bit more on the worship side, which is your faith. Um, would you say that, given the circumstances that we are in, would you say that your walk with God has been a lot closer, or has it affected you to the extent where you feel more drawn away?
I have felt a little more drawn away from my relationship with my faith so far. It's just been difficult to like cover all my bases with, and that church is one of them. So I definitely am trying to, spend more time just me and God and praying and meditating, trying to just become closer with that.
Do you find like reading the Bible, or are there any um, is there anything you're doing in terms of trying to catch bases with the way things were before? Obviously, we still have the pandemic, and none of us really know how long this is going to be, and so this might be around for a little while. So, are you doing anything to try and catch up? Anything that you can share with us?
Yeah, definitely. One of the things I've been doing to catch up is just reading more of the text. And it's really helped just repair that relationship with my faith and just make it seem like it's more for me rather than like a whole group of people, how it usually is in church settings. And it's been really interesting, like going to church just by myself and having that one on one like relationship with God right now.
And I feel your pain because it's, I mean, the same for all of us. In my case, I happen to be an integral part of our worship team. I lead most of the singing, and so even though it's still virtual, a few of us go in to help do the live broadcast so that the rest of the church can tune in virtually and watch it. I don't know how, were you playing any like role in your church before the pandemic?
I was mostly just a frequent member, and yeah, just the worship was really powerful for me. And now that that's really not a component, it's been sort of hard.
Hmm. So let's talk a little bit about school. I know you mentioned you're a media arts major. Uh,
Mhm.
so I saw on your post that your graduation year is 24, right? 2024.
Yes.
So that makes you a freshman, right?
Yes.
So your generation, I feel like it's in a pretty unique category, right?
Yeah.
Well, you had to do, I believe, graduation, the virtual graduation, right, from high school, and now you're doing your very first semester virtually as well. Um, just could you walk us through it? Is it has it been fun? Has it been crazy? Is it how will you describe it?
Well, it's definitely been a little disappointing, and I've had definitely moments throughout this whole thing where I've just felt like I'm really missing out. But the virtual graduation did serve its purpose, and actually, what actually gave me a real graduation was my church, and they invited all the seniors from any high school in that area to come and do like a drive-through, which my high school actually didn't provide. All they provided was like a Zoom call, basically. So my church was actually came through and really gave me that graduation feeling.
That's really nice. So with my church, we also usually do we usually host graduation parties or graduation ceremonies for all the graduates for every year. But unfortunately, we couldn't do any this year because I think we didn't have anyone graduating this year. But next year we're gonna do it. So I'm glad that the church was able to fill that gap for you. So given that you haven't really experienced campus life just yet, what are your thoughts on how the next semester is going to be? I hear it could be a partial or a hybrid type of situation where you could choose to be on campus or continue doing school from home. If we are given those choices, which one are you going for?
Well, if there's any kind of hybrid or like partial on campus learning available, I will definitely take that opportunity. Even though I'm committed, for both semesters, even if one of them is on, if both of them are online, that's just kind of a raw deal and I'll take that. But if it's any chance that I'll be able to get back on campus, I will definitely be on campus.
Just for the experience, or you feel like there's too many distractions at home?
Definitely for the experience.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. So, a lot of people, for a lot of people, I should say, family has been a big part of all of this, right? And so, for people who are not necessarily living with family or having to do this alone, it's even more challenging. I know you mentioned you are home right now with family. So how much of that has been a greater part of your success so far, having to have family with you?
I have three family members at home with me. I have my mom, my dad, and my brother. My brother's also doing online school too. So it's definitely been a big part of just our home life, being home like all the time and like having more like conversations and just seeing each other more often. It's definitely helped. Just with the craziness of all of this, I can just always find someone in my house to go talk to.
I think one thing that has also been said is that this pandemic, even though we can all complain about how bad it's been, it's really nurtured or helped revive family life. Would you agree to that?
Definitely. Yeah. I think at least with my experience, I've definitely felt like more nurtured and more like supported throughout this because I've got all my family with me.
Definitely, definitely. So let's talk a little bit about the Bible, if you will. I know you said you've been reading a lot, trying to fill that gap that the in-person services are not providing right now. Is there any particular scripture that really is helping you uh, get through this time that you can share with us, or any book that you're reading that you can share with us?
Well, I've recently been reading through Matthew, and it's really felt like really personal to me, just reading it for myself with no other interpretations from other people. And it's nice to just read the scripture and like take notes and emphasize the parts that are like important to me.
Mm.
So that part, that book of Matthew has really been like a really good thing for me to read right now.
And so, about the future, right? When you look, given that there is no immediate, or I should say, there's no solution, right, to this pandemic that we are in. I mean, we hear there may be vaccines in the development, blah, 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 all of that. There's, when you look at the world as it is now, given that we are in a pandemic, there's elections, there's been racial tension at an all-time high throughout the summer, and even a few pockets of places are still having to deal with all of that. Does that make you hopeful as a young, beautiful woman in this country who is now growing up? This is really our country and our world. Are you hopeful for a better future, or that does everything that we see now make you more worried?
This definitely has brought a lot of like problems up to the surface this whole year, really. And it's rather, well, at first it kind of made me like timid and afraid of what was going to happen this year. But throughout this, it's just like brought me hope that, we're just going to come back from this and it's going to be better than before. And it's really driven me to just, keep praying and keep like, keep my head down, doing my thing, just trust that it's going to get better.
So, are you how active are you staying in touch with friends? Because I know that also helps a lot. So, how are you dealing with that? Are you staying in touch with friends, or are you just dealing with family right now?
Well, my family really are like my close friends right now, but I do have other friends that I like to check up on and just shoot off a text or a Snapchat every now and then just to like, see what they're doing that week. Same with like my extended family and my cousins, stuff like that.
Definitely, definitely. And so, what will be your message to any young person, any uh, person watching us right now who may be feeling hopeless, or who may be dealing with this whole lockdown and pandemic in a like the worst possible way you can think of? What will be your message to such people?
I'd say just keep hoping, even when it seems like impossible. Just find little things throughout the day to keep you going and just, keep the faith.
Definitely keep the faith. So, on that note, is there anything that you are doing aside the reading and staying with family? Anything that you are doing to keep yourself motivated and excited to even keep pushing through this pandemic? Is there anything you're doing that you can share with us?
Well, I've definitely been like trying lots of different things to like keep me in touch with like the outside world, with like going on walks in my neighborhood or going on bike rides and just like, baking also. And just finding like, new fun TV shows to watch and stuff like that.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I want to thank you for sharing all of this with us. And we're just hoping that sometime in the near future, God is going to come through for all of us and bring this whole pandemic to a close, right? So that we can get back to normal. I feel like uh, we sometimes tend to take for granted the normalcy that we had, right? Until now that we don't have that anymore. So how much do you miss pre-COVID?
Honestly, I don't know what pre-COVID is anymore. I mean, I can't even imagine going somewhere without like a mask or like, some kind of preparation before.
I
So, yeah,
this
but
has
I
become
definitely,
this has become like our new normal, right?
yeah, right.
Anyway. Well, thank you so much, Miss Kaylie. Thank you so much for taking time to speak to us on Faith Talk. I hope you had fun. Um I really enjoyed that painting behind you. I keep looking at it. So,
Yeah.
but thank you so much for your time and for everyone that tuned in. Thank you so much for watching our show once again. My name is Samuel Dankyi, and this has been Faith Talk. And so, until we come your way again next time, please be safe and take care of one another. God bless you.